Hey guys, it's me, Sam, and today I'll be sharing my tips for the SAT. A bit of background first though. I took the SAT my sophomore year and scored a 1540, and I retook it again junior year for a 1570. If you guys want to know how to improve your score by more than I did, definitely check out Justin's video. He went from a 1250 PSAT to a 1520 SAT in about a year. But if you just want some random tips and tricks, I'll be talking about how to prep for the SAT, what to bring on the day of, and 10 hacks for success. As always, there will be timed stamps in the description for you guys if you want to skip around. Okay, let's get started! So you want to take the SAT, but you're not sure where to start. That's relatable. Here are 4 important things that you can do to prepare yourself for the SAT. Take an official College Board practice SAT and use the College Board SAT app to auto-score your test. While you take the test, record how long each section took, how much time you had to go over your answers, and what areas you're weak in. This will help you practice time management, and you can also sync your results directly to Khan Academy, where they'll make you a personalized study guide for the SAT based on which questions you missed. If you're taking a subject test, take a look at official practice tests to see format and sample questions. Advice for those, it's best to take Math 2 as soon as you finish pre-calc, but if not, take it as quickly after that as you can. Don't be like me, who took Math 2 after doing Calc BC and forgot all of the geometry on the test. Also, Bio M is notoriously easier than Bio E for most AP Bio students. As for foreign languages, it's best to take subject tests after at least 3 years of your experience in that language. Start to sign up for testing dates somewhere in your junior year. This will give you enough time to retake the test if you need to, but it will also allow you to learn most, if not all, of the math concepts needed to do well on the test in your high school math classes. The day before the test, pack your bag so that you don't have to worry about it on the day of. You also want to set out some clothes that are comfortable but not too homey. That way, you can feel like you're at school and concentrate, but you aren't wearing distracting formal clothes or chafy shorts. You also want to eliminate as many distractions as you can on the day of to ensure that your focus will be solely on taking the SAT. This can mean bringing bug spray to ward off pesky flies while you take the test, listening to instrumental music beforehand so annoying lyrics will get stuck in your head while you're testing, or even powering your phone off for an hour before you take the SAT. The important thing is to just stay focused and remove distractions like that so that you can do your very best when testing time comes. So now is the day of the SAT, and what are you bringing? Here are the supplies that I highly recommend that you pack for your testing day. 4 No. 2 pencils, a handheld pencil sharpener, a non-smudgy eraser that can erase between Scantron rows, a phone powered off, a jacket in case it gets cold, a clear, full water bottle, a high-energy snack for breaks, a watch to keep time, a graphing calculator, TI 80-somethings are all great, your SAT ticket printed out, and your student ID or driver's license for testing registration. Now that we went over all that, here are 10 hacks that have helped me to do well on the SAT. Number 1. I know it may seem unnecessary, but be early to school on your testing date. This ensures that you'll experience as little time stress as possible, and you'll also be able to wind down with other people before the test. Through this, you can get in your social interaction for the day, shake out your jitters, get some fresh air to clear your mind since registration is usually outside, and even Google last-minute things before you have to power your phone off for the test. Number 2. When you enter the testing room, sit at the front, away from your friends. It might seem sad, but it actually works. Sitting in the front, away from your people, helps you to stay focused and not compare yourself to the people behind you, because you can't see when they flip their pages or if they're smiling and at ease while you're struggling. It's just you and the test in your field of vision, which really does help you focus. Number 3. When you're doing the reading grammar section and they ask you to replace a phrase with another phrase, if you're not sure what to do, just pick the shortest answer that makes sense. This is usually the correct one. Through these questions, the College Board is trying to test your sense of redundancy in grammar, so the answer with the fewest words that is still grammatical will almost always be the correct choice. Number 4. Annotate the passages that you read, the math problems that you need, and the essay prompt and excerpt that they give you. This will draw your attention to the goals of each question and help you answer them faster. Number 5. Bring a watch and pay attention to your time limits. Proctors are not always reliable, so it's up to you to know how much time you have left. Just make sure that your watch is analog or doesn't have functions that can be used to cheat, like Google on the Apple Watch. Number 6. Answer every question, even if you aren't sure of the answer. There's no penalty for wrong guesses, and every question is worth the same amount of points, so if you're stuck on a question, just circle it, bubble something in, and move on. You can always come back to it later if you have time, and this way you don't linger too long on any question. Number 7. You know those find the evidence questions, like this one? When they're next to each other like this, you can use the evidence question to basically answer the question before it. That way you know which lines to look at in the passage, and it's easier to deduce what the right answer is if you do the two questions together. Number 8. When you're debating between two choices, it's already 50-50, but you can narrow it down by literally justifying your answers and seeing which one makes more sense. For example, in the reading section, if you're debating between choices A and C, you can literally write out on the test, choice A is correct because line 38 says X and the title of the passage is X, and then choice C is correct because line 59 mentions Y, which is a synonym for X, and the answer option C. By doing this, you can see what your real technical support actually is. Similarly, in math, you can plug the choices you're debating between back into the problem if you have time in order to validate your answer, and that way you can check and double check your stuff. Number 9. When all else fails, process of elimination, my favorite thing. Whenever you're answering a multiple choice question, eliminate anything redundant or that cannot be supported by the passage. If your gut says no, it's probably wrong. And in cases where two of the options are something like tiny and small, you know those both can't be the answer because there's only one answer and those mean the same thing. Which leads me to my last point. Number 10. Whenever you feel like you can't do a question, just remember, there is always a correct answer that the College Board is trying to get you to see. There is only ever one correct answer that can be completely supported by the passage they give you or the problem they present you. Again, every single question has only one singular, definitively correct answer. This might seem obvious, but keeping this in mind actually helps me a lot, and hopefully it'll help you too. Okay guys, that's it for this SAT video. Again, if you want more advice on how to improve your score, go check out Justin's video on this channel. Thank you guys for watching. See you next week!